Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a DIY Dollar Tree farmhouse candy cane sort of wreath, door decor, or whatever. We're going to use a wreath form, but you really can do this on any shape you want, and it doesn't have to be just for Christmas. You're going to use one of these cotton stems. From the ones on the right are from this year, the ones on the left are from last year. We're going to use the ones on the right, and then we're going to use some of this black and white check ribbon. We're going to use one roll to wrap the candy cane, and we'll have just a little bit of that left over to make help make a bow, but we need a little of additional. And then an optional part is going to be these metal words as well as these magnetic buttons. There's other ways for the words, but we'll get to that at the end. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap our candy cane. I know, amazing, isn't it? I was so excited, like many of you, for this ribbon to come out at the Dollar Tree that I was like giddy, just like giddy, and I really did do a little bit extra grabbing of it. Just saying. So yeah, forgive me if you live in my area and didn't get any because I took it all. I apologize, but I don't. So we're going to start at the very bottom. What we're going to do is we're just going to like find your angle, and then you're going to glue just the very end under and then glue it to itself. That's the best way to let it stick, a little bit to the frame and then mostly to itself. But here's what I loved the most about this ribbon and this candy cane wreath. If you get it just right, as it looks like we're doing right here, do you see that those stripes are like matching up? I have to tell you, this was like extra super bonus, not prepared for, totally excited. Cannot believe this is happening. Oh my goodness. So what I'm just doing is I'm wrapping that same angle. I am being a little particular now that I notice that the pattern is practically matching up. I'm overlapping the wire edge with the previous wire edge. So there is a little black edge on there, so you can kind of tell that it's still ribbon. But I can't believe how well it's matching and lining up. It's just so easy. Now, you guys, you know you can do this with fabric. Obviously, it would just take a little bit more time because you'd have to like glue along the way on both sides of the candy cane. With this ribbon, it is so easy. I wanted to call this like a 5-minute craft, but you know me. I can't do anything in 5 minutes, except get to the other side of town. All right, anyway, so you're just going to continue to wrap. Now, it's not tricky around the angle, but we are going to lose our pattern a little bit. But what I like to do is I like to add a little extra glue right at the top of that ridge so that the ribbon doesn't accidentally slide down the whole shaft of the candy cane, okay? And then once you get around the curve, you'll see that you're able to continue to get that same angle when you get towards the other crook part of the candy cane wreath form. Now, we've done lots of candy cane wreaths on our channel before. I saw this one on Etsy and I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. If you have an Etsy shop, thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your inspirations. But this was definitely something that I was going to create for myself at home. That's all. Okay, and now the same thing when we get to this end, we want to repeat how we wrapped it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get towards the very end. We're going to add some glue just to the wire, and then we're going to cut the ribbon off. Just a little bit extra to do that same sort of tucking underneath scenario that we did at the beginning. It's really, really so simple. Once you get your angle down, this wreath just puts itself together. I mean, that's the best way I could say it. I think the biggest part of this tutorial is actually making that like little bow thing that we're going to do in here in a minute. So to me, that's the part that I'm teaching you. That, and I wanted to show you how well the pattern goes up this candy cane. Okay. So we have the rest of this piece. We have some of the plain wire-edged burlap ribbon. You can use whatever you want for a bow. You can also omit a bow. You can also do a colored bow. So if you have like a black, white, and red theme going for your Christmas, you can use that. The Dollar Tree also came out with like a burgundy and white buffalo check ribbon as well at the same time as this black and white one, which would be so pretty. This candy cane would look so pretty in that. And I have one more for them, so I may just do that. But what I'm doing is I'm just taking that last remainder piece of ribbon, and I'm taking the it was not quite a full roll of the burlap ribbon. And I'm just making 2 loops. They end up being about 15-inch pieces of ribbon. Folding them in half, I did 2 of the burlap loops, 1 of the check loops. You want to make sure you overlap their ends, and then you want to fold them in half, as you see there. And you want to cut notches in the middle. Now, my hand strength isn't what it used to be. I cannot cut through 3 wire edged pieces of ribbon, which is technically, because they're overlapped, like a lot. 12 edges, 6 edges, 24 edges. How many pieces of wire is that if I cut through all of them? Anyway, I digress. I think 12, maybe. I don't know. None of this is important. So you just want to cut a notch on both sides of that middle. And we do that just so when we go to fluff our bow, it stays in place. Okay. Then I'm going to repeat that with all 3 ribbons. And then I'm going to lay them on top of each other. We've got so many bow tutorials on our channel. This is just another one. Now I'm going to take one of the black and white tails, because the black and white ribbon is the one on the top. That's the one you would see if you were actually tying these like a bow. So I'm taking one of the black and white ribbons and I'm tying it around the midsection and creating a nice tight knot in the back. Just pinching it ever so with the tails in there. Now what I would have done here, and I forgot to actually tie the pipe cleaner in, but the pipe cleaner slides in real easy. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But you just want to tie it in really tight, and then we're going to dovetail all of the ends of the ribbon. Again, that's optional. Some people like dog ears. Dovetails are my favorite. They're very easy. We just fold the ribbon in half lengthwise, and we cut from the lower on the fold to higher on the wire edge. Okay, that's just how we do it. That's how we roll. Then we're going to put a piece of pipe cleaner. I feel like I got the wrong piece of pipe cleaner at first, but I needed a full one, because this pipe cleaner is not only going to hold on to the wreath, but it's also going to hold our floral arrangement. The floral arrangement we're going to do today is quite simple, even though I messed it up. In my attempts to make it even easier, I realized that I can't make it that easy. So what I have is Dollar Tree's cotton stem, one of the new kinds of cotton stem. It only has 4 cotton swabs. Sure. It only has 4 cotton blossoms on it. And what I did was, just below where the second blossom meets the third blossom, I cut it really close to the third blossom to basically make 2 stems of 2 cotton swabs. And then I cut the longer stem down to match the same length as the top one. Hopefully that makes sense. I think you can see what I'm doing, so hopefully it does make sense. I also have this one green bush. I feel like that's what it was called, green bush. And I really liked it because it does have what feels like lamb's ear. See it? And it's got like, almost like it's got the little berries on it, even though they're a little towards the yellow side. I think I would prefer if the berries were white. And they also have these little purple buds, which just make it feel like, to me, it just makes it feel like it's a little bit more like leaning towards the wintry feel. So the only thing that's not from the Dollar Tree out of all of these things is this lamb's ear. Now, Dollar Tree, if you're watching, get on the lamb's ear. If Walmart can give us 2 bunches of lamb's ear for $2, you can definitely give us 1 bunch of lamb's ear for $1. I'm just saying. Okay. I'll step off my soapbox now. So what I'm doing originally is I've just spread the greenery bush. I separated the 1 bunch that had the leaves and the berries with the 1 bunch with the flowers. There was 2 of each types of bunch, and I put 2 towards the bottom and 2 towards the top. That is the step that's not going to work for us in a minute. But I wanted to leave the boo-boo in here so that you guys could see that I don't always know. I think something will work out, but I don't always know. So then what I decided to do was, across the pipe cleaner, I'm going to lay 2, like something in this direction, then something in the opposite direction. That 1 spring bunch, I thought would just be fine to lay that way. But as you could see, the spring bunch that's coming out the top, I'm calling it spring bunch. I don't know why. It's the greenery. It's greenery bunch greenery or whatever. The one that's coming out the top, it's way too tall. So I couldn't adjust it. I was trying. I did a little finagling to see if it adjusted, and it wouldn't. So I'm realizing that I'm going to have to separate them, and that's fine. It's just me trying to make things easier, and it ended up being more complicated. That's all. The other thing I realized I didn't do correctly is I didn't slide the pipe cleaner evenly across the back of the bow like a knucklehead. So I'll fix that here in a second. But I'll just show you, like, I'm trying and fluffing, and it's too much. It's just too much. You might like this. If you like this, you stop right there. I'm just saying. For me, it was a little bit too much. So I'm really trying, and it's just not working. So what we're going to end up doing is taking it off and repositioning everything. Okay, so we're also going to cut down some of the lamb's ear because it really does look very overwhelming right now. But again, I wanted to leave it so that you guys could see that I don't always know what I'm doing 100%. It's a learning process with me. Design is a learning process. You set something up, you try it, you don't like it, you try again, you rearrange it, that type of thing. So all I did for this greenery bunch is I pulled the two pieces apart. So one of them is left with the actual stem and the other one is just left with wire pieces hanging over. You could cut it if you want to. I just did that. It was easier for me. I adjusted my pipe cleaner so it now is even on both sides of the knot of the ribbon. And then I laid cotton down. Then I laid the greenery bush down. And now I'm cutting some of the lamb's ear away. I still want kind of a long stem, so I'm not cutting the stem down, but I'm actually cutting leaves away, like pruning it per se. Also, there was one leaf that just didn't want to be forwards. It wanted to just show its butt, like literally. So I trimmed that off, and you'll see at the end, we're going to trim the one from the front. You'll see it. But I just basically laid it in both sides in opposite directions. I took my pipe cleaner, twisted it really tightly around the bunches of flowers, and then you can tie it right on to your bow. Onto your candy cane. And I feel like this is such an easy way to add a floral bow arrangement to any wreath. I could take this now and I could move it. That does not scream Christmas, that arrangement anyway. The inspiration piece had white poinsettias in it. I did not have any of those. Plus, I was trying to think of, like, maybe I could add this to a round wreath in the future, or I can add this to a square wreath if I wanted to. You could even tie it around a thin vase or anywhere, a candle top or whatever you want, because this arrangement is independent from the candy cane. Okay? So that's just what we want to do. So now we're going to fluff out our bow. We're going to separate our loops in opposite directions, and because we cut those notches, they'll stay. And then you want to finger curl your ribbon so that your ribbon looks like it's flowing in the wind. And now it's just zhuzh it till it looks good. One of the new YouTubers that I follow says, just make it till your eyes are happy, or something along those lines. Yeah, until my eyes are happy. Yeah. So just play with it until you like it and then leave it. Now, we're going to go ahead and put a hanger on first, and then I'll show you a couple of options of how to decorate it with words. But I'm just taking a small piece of pipe cleaner. I'm actually putting 2 hangers on this because I envisioned this candy cane being able to hang either on an angle or straight up and down. So for the straight up and down, I put it on the inside of the wreath just so it would be more centered in it, but halfway down closer to the floral arrangement, because the weighted floral arrangement would normally spin this if it was on center, So to see how I have it halfway down, not halfway down, I have about an inch down from the inside crook of the candy cane, and I tried to glue it right on where the wire is, but just on the inside. And then the other one I'm going to put up towards the top, and I'm going to make sure that I get it on 2 pieces of ribbon. You want to make sure your glue is on at least 2 pieces of ribbon so it doesn't just pull 1 piece of ribbon off. Okay? Told you I took all that ribbon. And now that we've flipped it over, we're going to just zhuzh it a little bit. But I wanted to show you how you can add words so easy. These Dollar Tree words are metal, magnets. I can't believe I didn't think of this my whole life ago. Basically, we're just going to pinch the ribbon of the bow in between the magnet and the word. So I've tucked it under the first loop and I've just grabbed onto that word back there. And you can see how it's sticking already. I did want to put 2 just so it wouldn't flop easy. And you could pick whatever word you want. Again, if this floral arrangement bow contraption was on an autumn wreath, you could put the harvest. If it's on a regular everyday wreath, you can put the welcome. For spring, whatever you want to do. You can see how versatile it is. But here we have it on a candy cane just in time for getting ready for Christmas DIYs. So here's how it looks as is. This is the straight up and down arrangement. No, setting. Hook. And then here is the hook that's a little bit on the angle. This is the 2 ways that I had envisioned it. So that's it. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully you're able to learn something. If you do, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share with friends and family. Anybody you know who might be interested in making the wreath, the candy cane, the bow, the magnetic thing, whatever. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. When you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everybody, I just wanted to jump on here at the end of the video just to take this opportunity to thank everybody for all of your love, patience, kindness. I vlogged on October 31st on the vlog channel to let you guys know what's going on. If you're interested, there's a link to the vlog channel in the description box down below. If you're not, then don't worry about it. Just stay tuned for future upcoming videos. Bye.